I didn't know about the last tenant. When I signed the lease for apartment 2C, all the leasing agent said was, "She left in a hurry. Job transfer or something." The place was clean, new paint, fresh carpet, nothing weird. But weird doesn't always announce itself, sometimes it waits. I moved into the complex mid-September. The weather had just started to shift. Cool air, fallen leaves, that back-to-school crispness that always made me feel like starting over. It was my first time living alone. I'd just gotten out of a long-term relationship and I wanted space. Quiet. What I got was something else. The first thing I noticed was the hallway light. It flickered every time I walked by it. Only that one. The one directly in front of my door. The maintenance guy came to check it out, shrugged, and said it was just sensitive wiring. But it didn't feel random. It felt reactive, like something was aware. I made myself at home, decorated slowly, got a small couch, a second-hand desk, hung a few framed prints. I was unpacking boxes in the hallway closet when I found it. A tiny, black device wedged behind a stack of painting tarps. A camera, a cheap motion sensor cam. At first I figured it was from the contractors, left behind. I brought it inside and plugged it in out of curiosity. It still worked. There was one folder on it, labeled simply, "Do not delete." I opened it. Inside were dozens of clips, all shot from the same angle, looking out from above a sliding glass. Some showed nothing, just the balcony, wind, a bird once, but others showed him. He appeared always around 3 a.m., tall, thin, hoodie pulled tight over his head, face never visible. He would stand at the balcony door, unmoving, for minutes at a time. One night, he reached out and tapped the glass gently. Another night, he leaned his entire body forward until his face was almost touching the camera. You couldn't see features, just a blur of motion and shadow, but the feeling it gave me was pure animal dread. I stopped watching after clip number 19. It felt wrong, like watching cursed footage. I turned off the camera, put it in a drawer. I should have thrown it away. The dream started a week later. Always the same. I'd be in bed, aware I was dreaming, unable to move. The room would feel wrong, off. The shadows wouldn't stay where they belonged. I'd look toward the sliding door and see it wide open, wind rushing in, and a figure standing just inside, watching. No face, no sound, just the oppressive knowledge that I was not alone. I'd wake up sweating, once crying. My therapist said it was stress, my body adjusting to change. I nodded along, but I started stacking chairs in front of the sliding door every night just in case. Then came the mirror. One morning I was brushing my teeth when I noticed a faint smudge on the bathroom mirror, like a fingerprint. I wiped it off. It came back the next day and the next, always in the same spot, at neck level, right where a hand would go if someone stood behind me. I tested the locks obsessively, installed a new door camera, bought a motion detector for the hallway, told myself I was being paranoid, until I found the photos. They were in an envelope taped to the back of the hallway closet, 9 photos, all grainy, all printed from an old black and white camera. They showed the balcony from inside the apartment, taken from my bedroom. Each one had a timestamp. Each one showed someone on the other side of the glass. Some were clear, him standing there, hoodie, hands in pockets. But the last one wasn't from the balcony. It was inside, standing at the foot of the bed, and I was in the frame, asleep. I moved into a hotel that night, left everything behind. When I called the leasing office to break my lease, they acted surprised. "You seemed like such a quiet tenant." I told them about the footage, the photos, the dreams. They brushed it off. "Probably the previous tenant messing around," they said. But when I mentioned the fingerprint on the mirror, the woman on the phone went quiet. After a pause, she said, "Did it reappear after you cleaned it?" I said yes. She hung up. I went back one last time just to get my things. Brought 2 friends. We packed quickly. Everything felt cold, like the apartment hadn't been lived in. like I was an intruder. One of my friends asked, "Did you mean to leave your bathroom window open?" I didn't. It was barely cracked, but something about it looked forced, like it had been pried. I didn't go in to check, I just left. I'm in a new place now. Top floor, no balcony, every window sealed. But last week I found something in my bathroom mirror. A single fingerprint right over my throat.